In this short talk episode, I speak to Michal Stawicki about his journey from burnt-out IT worker to published author and successful entrepreneur through daily habits and vision. He details how to grow your business without sacrifice. Do listen up for the 3 key takeaways Michal's offer to the audience, and understand that in this conversation, Michal details how to create a compelling future vision incorporating all life domains, then extracting guiding values and executing through small, sustainable daily habits for momentum over time. I create clear thinking and decisive leaders who can amplify their influence. Contact me to find out how I can help you or your organisation. And today our guest is Michal Stawicki. How are you doing?
I'm just fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm good and excited to have this conversation with you, Michal. Now, let me think. Are you a dog or a cat person?
Non-person, I have allergy. But if I had to choose, I would pick a dog.
Yeah, I would. I don't have either, but I would pick a dog as well. Why would you pick a dog?
Because they are sweet, and cats, they are so independent. I have two houses away as a puppy. Come on, this creature is so sweet. I cannot not stop when passing by.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I think cats are cheeky, aren't they? Because you feed them, but that doesn't mean that they're going to hang around with you.
All the memes claims that cats are the owners, not you.
Exactly. Michal, tell me a little bit more about you.
Well, I've been living the standard path, university, day job, and so on up till I was 33. But I was then miserable, working in a corporate environment, commuting 2 hours one way, and then I read the book The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, which says success is a few simple disciplines repeated over time. And I was like, and no, it cannot be so simple. I thought that success is something grand, golden medal at Olympics. Oh, that's success, or starting a new Microsoft. But few simple disciplines. But sure enough, when I read the book, I could track some simple disciplines in my own life. That's why I got convinced. So I tried this approach. I built many daily habits, and the rest is history. I got back to personal development, read a lot, listened a lot, and rediscovered my childhood dream of being a writer, and started pursuing that. And in the last 11 years, I published 19 books. I became a habit coach, a business coach. I started my own book advertising company, and I quit my day job in 2022.
Brilliant, thank you. Yeah, I understand that you've written 19 books. What are they about?
They are all about personal development, very specific topics, which I covered mostly from my own experience or what I learned from others. So like my first book was, for example, how to write a personal mission statement, because this is what I had done half a year before I wrote the book. So my experience was fresh in my mind. I knew that people were struggling with that subject. I wrote a book about that, and most of my books are like that.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right then. So I understand that you've made quite a journey from being a burnt out IT guy to someone who's written those 19 books, sold over 85,000 copies, coached over 100 people, and now running a pretty good business. How did you get there?
Slowly and consistently. And the entrepreneurship roller coaster. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't an overnight success. At the beginning, I had no clue what I was doing at all. And I didn't have an ounce of belief in myself, but I had the belief in the system of small daily habits. Because most of the time it's like that. You want something, but you don't know exactly how you'll get there. You just start doing the first step and the next step, and there are some dead ends, but then you go back and pick another turn. It's trial and error, and I think that's what makes it very difficult. Yeah, trial and error and failures along the way, and then dealing with your own self-talk, how you treat yourself, if you get some external support. So it can be a lonely and difficult path.
Yeah. Okay. So how does someone grow a business without having to sacrifice their, I don't know, their health or relationships or even dreams?
Well, you need to start with the end in mind. What my business mentor taught me was to start with a vision, and then this vision will determine the means how you will get there. And the vision should be holistic, overall, about your whole life, not just, okay, I will create this business, sell this gimmicks to this crowd and get rich. No, you also need to include there your relationship component, your health component, and so on. So along the way, even if you know there are periods when you have to work like crazy, but always with this end in mind. So it's a period, not the next 10 years for you. And that's the basic that very few people are doing, really. They get excited about the prospect of, I will get free of the shackles of day job and work for myself, or I will get rich. And then just dive in without any self-awareness, without any holistic goal or vision. They just grind, and then it's so easy to sacrifice those other aspects of your life, like health, like relationships, and those are actually the most important ones, but it's so easy to put them in the backseat. And then you look back after 5 years, you have a successful business, but heck, you ruined your relationships or your health is in shambles. And that's a pity. And it's hard to reverse that process.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So do you have like a, I don't know, a strategy or a framework that people could follow?
Yeah, when I work with my clients, we go over this vision exercise. So first you need to visualize, yeah, where do you want to end up with this business? What you actually want? How much revenue? How much profits? Will you be employing people or working solo or with a small team? Who will be your customers? What service you will provide? And so on and so on. But it all should encompass, not all. I mean, okay, so those are the business parts, but there are also like family part, faith part, health part. Where do you want to be when you are successful with your business? Because then you can very consciously decide to be happy in all of areas of your life instead of, focusing on just the business. But going back to the specific tool and framework. So you visualize that. Just take 10 minutes, close your eyes in quiet and silence, and dream about your excellent life, having a successful business and having a wonderful life. Then write those things down. And when I work with my clients, we have a template. Okay, it's about what all the metrics I mentioned: revenue, clients, services, but also how much free time do I have, and what do I do with that free time? Where I am with my relationship, marriage, friendships, relationship with kids, parents, how is my health? So you plan not just to be successful in business, but you plan to be successful in life. So visualize, dream, then write everything down, because when you write things down, the pictures and emotions, they are processed by your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that is responsible for logical thinking. So you translate images and emotions into language, and you can have both, really. Yeah, you capture those emotions which will drive you, which will be your motivation on paper.
Okay. So this is about, thank you for sharing. So this is about getting your subconscious mind into your success by trying to get all the modalities through. So, touch, feel, sound. Is that what you're saying? Because I'm just wondering, because people out there who are maybe not be used to NLP techniques might be saying that what you're saying is just imagine and it will happen. And there's a missing link between the imagining and the actually doing.
Well, it's not exactly for it to make it happen. It's for you to know where you are going to, because this will be your compass, not even a roadmap, because you don't really know the road, but you know the direction. So then it's a document that you can put up, and you should put up at least once a month and read through. So when you are in your everyday grind, you can see, okay, I wrote that I want to spend more time with my kids, but I'm spending actually much less, and I don't see the end of it. So I should change something. So you have the chance to modify your ways along the way, not, year or 2 years later, looking back, oh, come on, my life is in shambles. No, it's your compass that will lead you. And the vision is like the beginning. There are other tools, because out of the vision, you can extract your values and design the values for your business. And they will be like those signs along the way. Okay, I'm doing the right thing. And yes, you can and you should use it as an NLP technique. When you imagine, you immerse yourself in that vision, and you ask yourself about all the senses, what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. So the vision you will write down will not be a dry document, but it will be actually your vision, something that pulls you toward your goal.
Okay, thank you. All right, so having coached so many people, what lessons from that could you share with us?
That it's actually easy, and that's also my experience. And easy is a relative term, but it's relatively easy to get whatever you want if you employ the method of small, consistent steps. And this is exactly what Jeff Olson prescribes in his book, The Slight Edge. First, you think of a goal, but then the second thing you think about is, okay, what can I do on a daily basis to get me closer to that goal? And when you employ this mindset, it makes miracles. because then you decide on things that are small, so they are sustainable. So there is less resistance, and you are getting momentum because habits compound. If you do not counteract at the same time, you will get ahead. Always. It's life principle. So this is really how they taught me to lead people toward their goals on Coach.me, which is the online platform for coaching habits. And I've seen people reaching very, very wide range of goals employing this method, from finishing the degree, writing a book, getting more productive, or even working on the marketing consistently. They always got good results when they stuck with that method.
Okay, thank you. What do you think would be really useful for the audience right now to hear from you in their ability to make sure they don't sacrifice stuff on the way to making financial success? Because I know that is something that entrepreneurs are want to do.
Yeah, so vision, values are just the tools that will make it easier for you to be aware along the way. And I think this is the key. This mingle of self-awareness, mindfulness, consciousness. So you are actually planning and executing something you want to achieve, instead of just reacting to whatever happens in your business. Oh, I need customers, so I will get work with whoever and be everybody to everyone, or just pick up my phone after midnight to serve them. You can go overboard with everything, but when you designed consciously what you really want, and then you keep an eye on that, and you keep an eye on yourself along the way, so you do not succumb to those impulses. Okay, I need money, so I will take this prospect even if they don't really seem to be a good fit, which from my business experiences, the worst thing you can do to get the wrong client, and then you spend 2 times more time than usual, and in the end it costs you nerves, and they are really satisfied. So I told you about vision, values, but the daily practice of mindfulness, gratefulness, this is which those are the things that will keep you on track, that will also be your warning signs along the way. So you can catch yourself. I remember Pat Flynn telling about this. For him, meditation was a very strange idea, but when he started doing it, he mentioned that then in the middle of the day, he could catch himself watching his hand going to the mouse, so he will open a browser window and distract himself. Yeah, so but that's a very minuscule example, but you can do the same with those big things. Okay, am I working too much, too hard? Am I busy for the sake of being busy, or am I actually productive and effective? So self-awareness and mindfulness will keep you away from those traps.
Okay, brilliant. So thank you for that. So what I get here really is if we as entrepreneurs want to be successful without having to sacrifice the important things in life, like health and relationships, that we need to be super clear on our vision and our goals. And part of being clear on that is to really go into defining it, making sure we can visualize it and understand it. And then the means to make that happen is to have good daily habits that we maintain. Is that right?
Yeah, so many words and you summarize it so quickly. And
I'm good at doing that. Brilliant, Michał. I think this is probably a good place to end, unless there's anything that you wanted to say that we've not had a chance to explore.
I just have something for your audience. I've just finished a mini course so they can self-coach themselves. It's business coaching, so about the business, but actually the framework can be employed to any goal.
Okay.
So just find me on the socials, on X or Facebook, and send me the direct message, business24, and I will go back to you with that mini course, and I will send you my small ebook about habits. So with this course, it's like half an hour long, and the framework is pretty simple. Clarify your goal, clarify what holds you back, and then create the action plan. And along executing it, control yourself, track yourself. So once again, find me on socials, send me the message, business24, and I will get the course to you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the show.
You're most welcome, Judith. It's been an honor. It's always an honor to be introduced to someone else's audience. Thank you for your trust.
You're welcome, Michał. And thank you out there for tuning in to the Maverick Paradox podcast. I'm Judith Germain, your host, and I hope you've enjoyed today's conversation. As a leader, you know that having a strong level of influence is essential to achieving your goals. But how do you know if you're truly making an impact? Take the How Influential Are You scorecard to get a clear picture of your current level of influence and identify areas for improvement. With personalised recommendations and valuable strategies, you'll be able to amplify your influence and make a real difference as a leader. Don't miss this opportunity to improve your leadership skills. Take the scorecard now at amplifyyourinfluence.scoreapp.com.